if they went around the edge, right on the edge of the field, and there's hayland, and he says maybe, but he's pretty ticked at you for spreading the rumor around and starting all this. Well,
Yeah, join the club.
well, okay, I'm just here stating it. Anyway, we got a problem. Somebody needs to go out and talk to him, and I think Mr. Maxwell, you and the road foreman here should go out and try to straighten this mess out. And then, Boone, don't give me the crap that it's not in your portfolio. You're the commissioner in that district. That bridge is right in your backyard, and you go get that mess straightened out. I tried my best talking to my neighbor, and
I misunderstood. I thought he was informed.
I did.
That's where I was at, but he wasn't.
And this is the man that said he was.
I was told by a commissioner that he was informed. If a commissioner tells me he goes out and talks to the guy, I don't follow up with the commissioner, okay? So at the time of this entire project, Donnie, when it started, Leon was involved and he was a commissioner. And Leon is the one that told me that he had spoke to Jim.
And Jim told me that he run into you and Leon one day, either at Senex or the chemical plant, and you guys kind of mentioned this, what your plan was, and he says, I didn't agree or disagree. He says, I was kind of taken aback a little bit by it.
Well, I think at that point, this was all in theory. There was no contract. We were just looking at options, I think, way back then. And
So if they're looking at options, why did the engineer have this all drawn out, cut and dried, and they're gonna just do this?
No, he didn't. It
Well,
was
I got a map 2 weeks
Right.
ago showing exactly how they wanna do it, and nobody ever went in Jim's yard and says, hey, will this work?
because the engineer was informed by me, who was informed by Leon at the time that this was a full go, because Leon, this whole thing started.
He's not
with
here no
Leon.
more, guys. We gotta get this resolved
Well, get it
somehow, some
resolved.
way.
But if you guys want to throw shade at me, the commissioner at the time, my road portfolio was the one that told me that he had
I'm
it
not
taken care of.
throwing shade at you, Brent. We gotta fix this now.
it doesn't matter who did what.
Right.
I understand, that's what I'm trying to say. We gotta try to fix
Well,
it
what I'm
now.
trying to say is I went over and did my best to talk to James Albright, but I think you guys need to go talk to him. And I think if you approach him right, he would probably do it, but, you can't just go build a road through his property. He's wondering about, is he gonna get reimbursed for it or compensated? And I'm sure if I read, he will. You can't just
Right.
take the land away from him.
I mean, the acres, they pay him on acres. We
He-
did
but
these
he
projects before.
He didn't know nothing.
I
He's
know.
hearing all these rumors, and he's a little upset, and I don't blame him.
And the first diagram, it did get changed because they're gonna try and fix both bridges. Then they
Right.
narrowed it down to one
Right.
and changed the roadway, but of all of this, we weren't informed of any of it, and I think the township should be involved.
Well, you guys applied, you guys applied for the grant,
We
correct?
did,
For the road realignment, correct?
not the road realignment, we tried to get new bridges. And then you said that's the township, I mean the
It's
county.
The county
The
is
bridges
the-
are the county's
Well, that's
deal.
where it gets tricky. The
Yeah.
county does the bridges, the township.
bridges that get inspected through Wells County,
So now
or Wells County.
they just want the one bridge, because they're gonna do the road different, so we only need one bridge now.
Down the road, a
And
mile or
that's-
two, they're tearing that bridge out and putting the Texas crossing in too.
The reason they do that is just a money saving.
Yeah.
And it's fine,
bridges,
but the
one less bridge
landowner
than-
has to agree.
Right, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was overlooked completely.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm on good standings with Jim when I explained everything, but he's a little upset, and I think maybe you two should go out and,
It's fine. I will
It's
go out there.
workable if you can get him. But then we said something before we signed this, and he said, well, it's already a done deal.
No. It's not a done deal.
Nothing has been done. It's just in the planning.
I
For the
suspect
grant.
a plan is.
A plan is
The
being
plan is-
worked out. We haven't even seen any final results from the plan. This isn't something that's gonna happen this year.
well, I know
No,
that.
well, he's got a map that shows how he wanted it. I don't think it's in here.
People, we need to take care of this in-house. We do not need to get involved with any more with this engineer than we have to, and here's why. And I respect you for coming in, Don, thank you very much. And we need to get the result, but here's what we gotta remember, okay? There's a possibility here that we can get a new bridge, okay? And we gotta have this road thing figured out. What we don't wanna do is we don't wanna cause a big scene amongst the people that are funding this to say, well, gee, if they can't figure it out. You see where I'm going?
Absolutely.
I mean,
You don't wanna lose the state funding.
No.
Right. I wanna
Over
make sure
there.
that we take care of this so that we don't have to deal with that too. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I got.
I didn't realize, I hadn't talked to you lately.
Well, I didn't realize it either.
I didn't realize that, I mean,
We thought it was.
I would've went to Brett and said something. I didn't know this was gonna be, I would've went to you and said something, you know that.
I would've went out and spoke to Jim, I was
know,
under
but-
the assumption.
And I'm glad you brought this up, very glad.
2 weeks ago when they had the appreciation supper out at the golf course.
Yeah.
Sendak,
Okay,
Dave and Sharon all were talking, and I know we got going on this bridge deal, you know, the one out
Yeah.
in Wells County one, and I said, can't wait to get the other one done, and Sharon says, oh boy, somebody better talk to Jimmy, and that's like, I go like,
I know,
I didn't realize
That's fine.
nobody,
Either
that,
did.
that would have been the absolute first place to start,
Right.
and nobody did.
okay,
So, and thank you for your time.
yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that to the
Yeah.
attention.
Yes,
It's gotta get
that's
taken
very
care
good,
of.
it'll,
And someday, not now, I wanna pick on the road foreman too, the way the roads are being bladed. You're certainly not doing 6 passes. We've got good gravel roads out there, not prairie roads, main roads that have been bladed once.
Bullshit.
And you told, you know, your little blade
You guys
man
went
comes-
through this
your
with Dan
I
last
have the
year.
floor here. Your blade man comes in and probably marks on the wall how many passes he made. Us landowners, we also count passes, and our numbers and his numbers are way different. And you also told me that when they put in the Wells County one bridge, we've got detour routes, and you told Kathy, we're gonna blade them roads every week. One road.
I
a-
never said every week, I
Well-
said more often.
More often, whatever you said. Your word is no good, Brent. You always tell people what
All
they
right,
wanna
fine.
hear, and then you just drop it,
You betcha.
you know? I'll talk about this another time.
Have a good day.
They're all good days, some are better than others.
You bet.
Thank you.
yep, thank you. Caitlin, can you top that?
Come on,
I was going
Caitlin.
first. You ready for us? Okay, I brought my material for you guys, so. We're gonna pass these down. You've seen these two already,
Yeah.
then just so I'll leave you guys know.
Thank you. Are you just here for moral support?
You know, I got one spectator.
Give it to, give it to you.
Quite
Come on,
entertaining, isn't
I
it?
wanna watch the live version and not the YouTube replay.
You guys gotta look this through, they did a tremendous job of putting this thing together.
Yeah, we're gonna have a test in this next month.
Yeah. Well, my name is Caitlin Remick. I'm the Wells County District Health Unit Administrator. I'm also one of the 2 nurses that we have on staff. I'm just gonna go through our staff real quick, because I think there was some questions during last meeting. We have 5 staff. Like I said, I'm the administrator plus a nurse. We have Jordan, who's in the back there. She's a prevention specialist, prevention coordinator. She is not a nurse. And then we have Verla Albrecht, which is our assistant office manager. She went down to part-time this year. And then Brenda Klein, who is our office manager, who also does all our financials and does all of our billing. And then we have Larissa Holdland, and she is one of our other nurses. So just 2 nurses, not 3. I think there were some questions brought up at the meeting, and I'm sorry that I wasn't here. I was told I didn't need to be here. but I just wanted to give you guys this little overview of what was going on in our office, why we were sitting good for those couple months, and what we've been doing to get our numbers where we want them to be. There's no grant opportunities right now. I mean, there are, but very impossible to get. So if you guys look at this aqua sheet here, this is what we've requested. Funds that we requested over the years, and then in 2024 we were asked to go lower for our budget just because we did have funds. However, everyone knew that those funds were not going to be available forever. They had to be used up at a certain time. That would have been our COVID funding. So majority of that was covering our general fund monies. So that is why you'll see that we came and asked for more money back at the end of December there. Since December, yes, we were going to think we're going to be in the negative, but we found new ways with our immunization program, so we cut $40,000 there. Thanks to Larissa and Brenda working on that, and then also Brillo went down to part-time, and we worked around other ways trying to keep our staff hours shorter, and maybe I'm not taking down all my time either. That's another story. Then you guys will also see that our full-time employees have went down to 4 and part-time 1. So through the years, we were sitting sometimes at 7 employees, so we try to cut back there as well. I know that Verla will be retiring at the end of next year as well. Is there any questions with this one? We did request at $60,000, so where I look at it is that now we've received at $213,000. So that would have been back up to that 2023 is when we would have kept asking for that 210 and maybe even more with prices rising.
So if you're curious why their funding is always short of their request, it's because of a 5% discount that you get by paying your taxes by the 15th of February. So the 160 is based on what they would ask for if everyone paid 100% of their taxes. So if you pay your taxes on time, which is before that deadline, you get a 5% discount, which obviously if they were getting the full amount that they requested, and this would be for any agency, that would be bad news because it would mean no one is paying their taxes on time. So that's why.
All right, any questions with this one? I just kind of want to show you this over the years, and I'll be here for 10 years in 2017, since 2017. So I think this is the first year that I remember of us coming and asking for additional funding. I want you guys to look at this next one. This is just our fiscal year report because it's from June to July here, beginning of July. Jordan was great at putting this together, so I want to give all credit to her. The first page just goes through our mission and vision. You guys are definitely able to read through that. These are our Board of Health members that we have, and then just pictures of things that we've done through this past year. You'll see that we do car seat checks, we do multiple booths within the county. We go within the schools, we work with the ambulances to provide naloxone, and again, multiple booths during the year. The third page is just our funding and how that is appropriated. So you'll see that we have grants, but most of our income comes through our insurances, and then other donations. And then the county mill levy dollars are what is coming in the second. Other grants are what Jordan works with, is our SUFTers, our abuse prevention grants, the state opioid grant, and then our the missing one? Well, tobacco was also on there, but it's a separate line item there. But she goes within the school. MCH grants. And then the opioid settlement fund, that little tiny one, is what we get from the county. That Dan sends us. Any questions with that one? And our funding is basically the same as what we were going to give to the state legislator. So it very much mimics what all other entities have in the state of North Dakota. Page 4, we go into like our measuring progress. Again, this is just our past year. Programs that we offer are MCH, or Maternal Child Health Program. We get to tell us how many newborns are born in our county. We send out new mom packets. We do have breast pumps available for those moms that insurance doesn't cover, so we've given out 2. And then we also held 2 community education events where we brought down a lactation consultant that's coming down from Jamestown that we have did a contract with. We also have a girl that, a student in going back into school for her nursing degree that's going to be in the lactation class this year, and we're paying for that too with this grant. Cribs for Kids program is where you can get pack and plays free for anyone just to provide a safe sleeping space. However, funds may be cut for that this year as all funds are low, but we did give 5 pack and plays this year. Car Seats 2 is through another grant program. We've distributed 16 seats, and we also have 3 of us that are car seat certified, so we can install car seats for anyone. And then we did a seatbelt safety presentation with at the Head Start in Harvey. School nursing, this is where Larissa and I go in, and it's just us. Vision screens we provided, you can see the total of Harvey and Fessenden there. We can do referrals, so we have a vision screener that we bought with health equity money, and that gives referrals if they can go and see a optometrist, and it's very, very accurate actually. I've heard multiple parents thanking us for doing that. Dental education, we go into various, so the 2 schools, we do have it and Head Start provide dental education, and then Dr. Christensen provides free toothbrushes, toothpaste, and picks for everyone, so those are all free from him. We do have special requests where we do hearing screens if needed, head lice checks. A lot of other counties do not do them. We still do them. We've had quite a few. Not last year, but the year before, I remember there was a huge outbreak. And then we do the medication dispensing training for the schools. So we had 10 staff that we trained last year in that. Hand washing, we go in pretty much every October and teach them about hand washing and the hygiene. So both schools, Head Start, have it. You go to page 5, you have the nursing continued. We do nutritional presentations. We do Head Start screenings, we do preschool screenings, and also some safety presentations. We did have 5 BSc nursing students that each of them followed us for a day, and just to know what we do in public health. They were very amazed of how fast we switch gears in the matter of an hour. We do a safe sitter course where we hold in Harvey and Fessenden. This year we had 96 hours dedicated to that with 69 students educated. They get a basic CPR and first aid course that we work with both ambulances, and then they are certified in the safe sitter curriculum. Foot care, this includes in-home and in-office. This year alone was 468 total services that we've done. And 14 services were just completed and budgeted for that last year. And then we've done 10 foot care clinics in Hertzville. Hertzville has been a great community of where they actually schedule their own, and it's just been very welcoming for us. Prevention curriculums, this is Jordan's niche here. So she goes into the schools and she does an alcohol curriculum. She did 5 lessons with the 8th graders, which was 35 students. The Keeping It Real program, which was 20 lessons, and that was at the Hardy High School, and then the Fessenden Bonus School, 7th grade, so 54 students. And then a vape-free curriculum, which was 5 lessons done with the 7th graders in Hardy for 38 students. This is a lot of time spent between her communicating with the teachers, working out schedules, putting it in her schedule. It takes a lot of time. Most of her time is with grants, though, of how she is her paid. Durable medical equipment, we have a lot of that equipment that is just lent to us. A lot of the stuff is new. People get it if they had a surgery and then they just no longer need it anymore. So such as walkers, wheelchairs, stool risers, shower chairs. So we give those out for as long as they need. There is no payment for it, but 62 items were distributed, and they return it when they are finished. Page 6. These are other programs for medication safety education. Again, this is with Jordan's program. We did 486 Dispose Our X distributed. That's where you can take and safely dispose of your medication within your home. You don't have to take it back to a take-back place. 421 medication management boxes were distributed, so just medication planners. And then 12 boxes of Narcan, so a lot of that went to the ambulances. 3 presentations were given with 195 educated at those presentations. Tobacco prevention, she spends a lot of time with prevention with that. It's over almost 925 hours dedicated towards that. Whether that's doing MBA quiz, she's going within the schools, posting on social media, I mean, always keeping up with the latest things on that for prevention. Forever Fit is our fitness class that we've been offering. We tried to do it we tried to do it in Fessenden as well. It's just not a great uptake, but in Harvey and Kirksville we've done, but 131 hours of planning and instructing has been done in that. Have a great feedback of that. They've always wanted more. It's just really hard with our schedules in the fall, and I'm only one person. Sports physicals, we do attend all the sports physicals days where we can offer immunizations, as we're the only ones in this county that offer all immunizations. So 6 of it, we work with St. Aloysius and then also Central Dakota Clinic. When we go into our nursing office visits, so just alone for office visits, we had 218. Again, this is just between Marissa and I, and mainly it's a nurse and a half, because I'm doing administrating duties as well. And then of those total, only 53 visits were held in the Fessenden office. The majority of our time was spent in Harvey. And then that doesn't, it's not total, but nursing visits to their homes or somewhere else was 606. So about 800 visits that we did just in the last year for nursing visits. That includes like medication management, injections, just assessments, stuff like that. So that does not include youth support care either. If you go to page 7, immunizations, these just show you how many we've given over the past year. About 640 adult immunizations, 56 of those were done in the Fessenden office, 275 youth immunizations, and 56 of those were the Fessenden. We do TB testing, so 9 of those were done, and then orthodontic screening. I don't know why they think we are dentists or something like that, but we have to do all the orthodontic screening for Medicaid. So they come to us in order to be seen by orthodontists. And then WIC comes monthly to the Harvey office every second Tuesday of the month, and they average about 8 to 9 clients per month. Environmental health, we contract out with Central Valley Health, and just in that last year, they had 109 inspection consultations, so that includes aquatics, septic, food, restaurants, tanning, any tattoo, anything like that in the county. So we're in constant communication with environmental health, as our board members know. And then
You might want to expand on that a little bit. The septic systems, rural areas, has got a lot of rules and regulations, and it's got to come through them.
Yep. And Marcy Data is our go-to person, and she keeps in contact with me as well. But yeah, there's a lot of rules and regulations on that, and Marcy's got it all down pat, and that's what the code we follow is Central Valley. This is just, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and then we have a quarterly newsletter. So if you take your phone and there's a QR code, you guys are more than welcome to like our pages, follow our newsletter, see what we're doing. We're constantly busy. Life changes by the minute at our office, and it's a constant go. So those are just pictures. Again, that's our Forever Fit class. It's been an amazing program to have in our community, and then us teaching some dental education. Any questions?
So, with the,
Amount of money being distributed by the feds for,
The Rural Health Transformation Grant? It's impossible.
you don't get any?
We applied for the community walking program. We're in the second, we made it to the second phase. We had 2 pages to correct. I don't know when we'll get it back. We applied for that at the end of April, and we just heard back at the end of July.
The reason I asked that question is that would probably fall more under preventative stuff.
Absolutely, I wish we could, it'd be easy enough to get. And, you know, we did receive $16,000. So $80,000 we had for regional, and we applied for 5, we had 5 counties. We applied for that at the end of April. We just got back word that we received it. It's been a loophole. We've had to get all of our invoices, lines hundreds and hundreds of things paperwork just for a month's work.
So the reason I'm asking that question is, I'm just curious if there's any organizations or something statewide or nationwide interested in involving into preventative. Is there any grants for any of that?
We're constantly looking for
Okay,
grants.
thank you.
Constantly.
Can I say something to that? Is like, we're also at like max capacity. With those rural health transformation grants, you can't supplant. You can't use those dollars to fund anything that you're currently doing. So we would have to additionally bring another program, bring another service to our county.
Another employee.
We don't have
another-
the time or
Most
staff.
of those grants-
Yep.
Most of the grants are specific for just one thing, you can't.
Certain
use
thing.
them.
And
I've
it has to
also
be
like had
something new.
conversations with Senator Klein about how what you see in the news is not at all how that funding is going. It looks very great in the news that y'all promised all this money. It is not easy for public health to get it. It is not easy for rural hospitals. Our local ambulance is paying a grant writer $5,000 to write a grant. We don't have the capacity to do it, and all our other grants are being cut.
So you have went to creative writing options.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, so I mean, they're spending $5,000 of
I know,
their
I know, I'm
fund,
just
right,
saying,
it's
I'm
just,
just
it's,
saying.
so then we did our community walking grant, I mean, we spent a whole week, so that was all at a general fund, because that's not covered, so, and we're not guaranteed that money.
So when the federal government decided they were gonna dole out this money, it was kind of, to make nice for cutting Medicaid. And cutting all that money away. Yet the very people that that's designed to help in rural America can't access the money anyway.
Right.
So is there anyone in rural North Dakota that you know of that's having success? There's $500 million.
I'd like to see-
Yeah, but it's more,
NDSU extension got
and
a
yeah,
ton.
they didn't even have to apply.
Yeah, they just got it
$500,000
funded.
was handed to them,
Yeah.
NDSU extension.
But in general, you're not the first county
No.
that is struggling getting this stuff. Our only hope, if there's a silver lining in this, that the state legislature will change the rules, because if you can't get it, no one else can get it. That pool of money's still out there.
Yeah, and.
They just have to change the rules
that's
so you
the
can
point.
get it.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be
They want
spent
us
by
to-
the end of the year in order to continue to get it for the rest of the 5 years. I even know that our hospital here is struggling.
And
Oh, yeah.
isn't the end of their year September
It's
30th?
supposed to be, but then they're saying that they can continue, but I don't know how that's gonna work.
So when you spoke to
John,
what did he say?
John Nelson, the representative.
Yeah, I know.
so he
Yeah, he'd
basically
be
said
part
that he understands the difficulties of it and he was gonna speak about it, but his thing is our community health workers, which is not gonna help us in any case. I can't bring in a community health worker, which, when I'm already doing their job, and I can't bill myself, but for the rural health transformation grant, I just spoke with what we're struggling with, and all the other counties are going to him to fund again.
Now, they're about to go into a special session, but I don't suppose they're going to address this.
No, that's all I'm afraid of.
You have to pay them in something else.
So we've tried, I just wanted to let you know, we're trying, I'm looking for all possibilities of grants, trying to work our way to, decrease our spending, but it's hard. And services are needed, as you can see, so.
If you guys, everybody, a lot of people don't realize what all services they provide. You gotta
Yeah,
be
this
here
is good.
and show people.
Report for you.
And your staff, I mean, you can't cut your staff no more. It's about as low as it's gonna go, and Burley is gonna retire.
Well, there's only.
So then there's only gonna be 3, so are they gonna hire another one for paperwork, or what are we gonna do in another year? I mean, I don't know. And the money isn't gonna be there. I mean, it's gonna have to be figured out quickly here.
We are a lot of things, we do a lot of things.
I
We're
know.
janitors,
I'm just saying.
We're ant killers, I mean,
After
we
I
do a-
see this, I mean, the health is cut way back
It
to,
is. We're doing a lot
slim
of
to
jobs
none.
that, yeah, and it's not just us, there's other counties that are in it as
boat.
well. But I just, also, in Century Code, we have to have a public health unit in every county, so. So I wanted to clear up any questions.
I know, but I mean, you can see that on this.
Well,
And we only work 4 days a week, and I believe, from what my understanding, we went down to 4 days to help with our financials. That was a while ago. I don't know if that was when Karen was still here. So 32, our full-time is 32 hours.
Thanks for coming in.
I do have one question. Commissioner Lout, at the last meeting,